MLA style for citations. In what pattern do we arrange all those characteristics of our sources? In what pattern do we arrange them for citations in the MLA style? Okay, first of all, what on earth is a citation? Okay, it is identifying characteristics of an information source arranged in a standard pattern or style. Citations are what are listed alphabetically at the end of a research paper under the heading Bibliography, which is a list of sources consulted. Okay, so all of the sources you use for information to create your research paper or research project would be called the bibliography, although sometimes it's also called the works cited page. All of the works that you used that are cited. Okay, now let's start with the easiest one, a book. Okay, this hopefully looks familiar. Characteristics of a book: author, title, publisher, copyright year. Okay, and this is a little template for how to cite a book, and all of the sources that you use need to have the 4 pieces of information below. So the author of the source, followed by a period, title of the source in italics, followed by a period, publisher, followed by a comma, and publication date, followed by a period. Okay, the next one is a web page. Okay, so remember all these characteristics we needed? Author, if there is one, there often isn't in the web page, but you have to have the title of the web page, and then the title of the container, website, the publisher, the date of publication, and then the web address and the date of access. All right, so now you can see we have the first 4 pieces of information, but now we need some details. So instead of a title of source in italics, which would be what you would do for a book, you're going to split it up, and you're going to have the title of the part in quotes, and that in this case is the name of the web page, title of the container, the website, more important piece, that is going to be the thing in italics. But now you're going to follow that with a comma, and here's where you would put in other things if you needed them. Now, chances are for a web page you wouldn't. Okay, so you would put the title of the container, comma, and then the publisher. What organization created this website? Okay, another comma, publication date. Now, because we're not done yet, publication date, comma, and then the web address with a period and the date of access with a period. Okay. And a little more complicated, articles from many places. Okay, so here we have author of the article, title of the article, name of the container, and then maybe editor, maybe numbers, publisher, date of publication, and page numbers. Okay, first article, an article from a book or encyclopedia. Okay, so this should look familiar. The only thing that's really different at the bottom is that you have the location instead of being a web address, of course, it is the page numbers. And because you don't have to worry about when you looked at it, date of access, not important. After the page numbers, just put a period. Okay. Now an article from a periodical. For this one, very similar. However, you are most likely going to need the numbers of that journal. So volume number and issue number is usually how it goes. And the way this works is that most journals will have a volume number for each year, and then however many issues come out in that year, there's a number for that. So if it's the 27th year that they've made a journal, it'll be volume 27. And if they publish it every month, Then there's only 12 issues total. If it comes out in February, it would be volume 27, issue number 2. Okay, last one. Article from a periodical in a database. Okay, all that information that we just said about an article, but then you follow it with the name of container number 2 and the web address. And so those just go right at the end. Another title of a container and location, period. Easy as pie, right? Actually, I love pie. I make it a lot, and it's kind of difficult, but you know what I mean.